Hello and welcome to our channel.
My name is Boke.
And I am Inifome.
The one that is currently streaming on Netflix. This movie is actually adapted from the book by Emma Donoghue.
The same name?
Yes. And it stars Florence Pugh. She's the main reason why I watched this movie in the first place.
I don't know why I watched this. When I saw the synopsis that, okay, there's this girl that hasn't eaten since her birthday, I said, oh, let me see what's going on here.
Yeah, and I actually was reading the book because I learned that it was going to be adapted, so I decided to start reading the book, but I wasn't able to finish, sadly. But it's, in as much as the book was kind of slow paced, it leaves you at the edge of your seat because you want to know what will happen.
The movie also very, very slow.
Yeah, the movie is actually, okay, for you that have not seen the movie is a period drama set in 1862 in the midland of Ireland. And these people in this small community, they had a British nurse who has also worked with the popular Florence Nightingale to come and watch this girl alongside a nun to watch her. And this nurse, she's coming from England, and England is said to be more like in this era, it kind of have progressed further than this place. And this drama is also set roughly a decade after the Great Famine that took about 1 million lives. So this nurse is coming, and she thinks that she's actually coming to nurse someone back to health, which nurses do. And she's here, and they'll say that, oh, you just have to watch the girl that since her 11th birthday, and that's roughly 4 months. And the first thing she said is, it's not possible that someone could leave.
Because you cannot just imagine leaving your job of nursing people and just sitting and watching somebody else who is not even eating.
In the book, they're even more specific. The girl had to just take like 2 spoons of water. Oh. Yes, that's how it was in the book. And so it's just really bizarre. When I was reading, I just said, okay, I have to just get to the end of the story. The story is kind of like a psychological thriller, and it's also emotional too, because it drags an emotion from you that you'll be like, okay, this is absurd. It touched on religious extremism, and it touched on a lot of things. And Emma Donoghue has also said that in as much as this book is fiction, she actually draw inspiration from a trend that was going around, the fasting girl. There was a period, there was a period that thing was going around and everything. So yeah, that's what the movie is basically about. This girl is fasting, and this nurse who becomes really invested in this story, and they form an attachment. Yeah.
For the first how many minutes I was bored. I was so bored. Like I was like, what's going? I watched it for days.
I wasn't bored, and
it came on Wednesday last week, and I watched it till Sunday. Okay, and that's when I finished watching this movie. That's how boring. And it was just telling me that's how boring the beginning is. But I kept going because I wanted to know, why is this girl not eating? How is she still alive? Because that's the reason why they brought the nurse and the nun to watch her. And I just don't know. I just wanted to know why. That's why I kept on going. But when you are like in an hour into the movie, you are going to be hoping, okay. It was nice after that time. But for the first 1 hour, I was like, oh God, what is this? But it's nice. Really nice.
It's really good. Besides the fact that I didn't know where the story was headed because I read the book, I wouldn't say I was bored by this story. I really enjoyed it. And Florence is such a good actress, and she's really just making you to stay and wait and see what's going to happen to this young girl.
I think that's why I stayed.
Even though she herself, she's also battling with grief, but she gets to form this attachment with this little girl, which is nice. But at the same time, she just really wants you to stay and see what goes on.
But I felt like they didn't really emphasize more on her grief or what was really going on with her. They didn't really show us so much what's happening with her. She was just, I would say her character was weird, kind of.
From the book, what I read in the book, they did not actually explore that side of her. From the parts I read, I haven't finished the book, but from the parts I read, and I went pretty far, they didn't really explore her personal life in the book. She only talks about her husband, she's widowed and all of that. I was also surprised that they even brought more sides of her. Maybe in the later part of the book, those parts were there, because Emma Donoghue is also one of the screenplay writers here, alongside with Sebastian Lelio, and Alice Birch. So I don't know if those parts were in the book, the later one, but from the parts I read, there's really no part like that in the book.
And also the girl's mother, I felt okay, maybe they should have still showed us more sides to her, and also the father. I know they were grieving the loss of their child too, and
it was still like that in the book too. And the book, you're saying that the movie is slow, the book is even slower. Like the only thing that is just really keeping you going is that, okay, I want to see how this plays out.
This movie, it's quiet. I can bet the script is very thin. Like the movie is so quiet. There are just few lines.
Few lines?
It's very quiet. Seriously. How many? There are a few scenes, but it's very long. I feel like it should have been shorter.
I love it. I enjoyed it. I won't even lie. And how did this movie make you feel? Because as Catholics, how did it make you feel as a Catholic?
For the part of the saint part, I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Okay. For me, how I felt as a Catholic, I know that of course there are people who take religion to the extreme, and it just stories like this really just make you question a lot of stories you have heard in the past.
Yeah, about saints.
And yeah, you just really
because the priest and the doctor, they were just trying to like at the end when they said our saint.
Yeah, they also wanted to make her a saint by all means necessary. So I think that's why they were even doing a watch. Because they said don't make her eat. The nurse was not there to make her eat too. Because normally they say, oh, my daughter can't eat, so I want to help us. But no, the mother believed that her daughter is on the verge of sainthood. Some other people of the council who were predominantly men wanted you to believe that, oh, this girl is on a journey to sainthood.
But I said since before the famine that happened, they did not have a saint in a very long time. So maybe she'll be the first one.
And if you're going through this kind of stories about sainthood and everything, I'm not trying to bash anything, but most of the time they come with all this poverty and areas where people are poor and suffering, and just a little places where they're little. We know that, yes, I don't know how to say this, you have to come from very little. The people that came from rich homes as well, but they just have to really be poor, both. Yeah, so that the girl just fitted the criteria. Her parents were poor in this small house that was lit poorly, and she's not eating, and she's
just praying. She prays, said the prayer 3 times.
So it just fits the profile. That's just basically what it's about.
So I will not recommend.
You wouldn't recommend this movie to anybody?
I don't know if I should recommend it to anybody. Seriously, because I watched for me to watch for days. Like why I watch for days? Because anytime I put it on, I will just fall asleep. Anytime I put it on, I will just fall asleep. So for me to watch for days, I don't know. Unless you're really patient, you like to watch something like this, you can go ahead.
There are movies that are like this.
Movies are like this.
And
I
will recommend this movie. First, Florence Pugh is a great actress. I think the entire set, the way they did the entire set, it was really.
But they robbed us of belief that okay, this thing is real. When they show us the set, I'm like,
oh yeah, that people just.
So remember, that set thing, you won't throw me off. Like I was trying to say, oh, everything's on stage. Wow, nice.
It even made me more interested in the movie. That would great work. And Florence Pugh is a great actress. As I said that she's a great actress. Then I think that if you really like these period pieces or this historical fiction stuff, I think you will enjoy this movie. It's quiet. It's nice.
Quiet. Not like I want to hear noise, but at least.
And there was.
It's quiet. That's my problem. It's so quiet and it's so long. Why not just? Because to me, I feel like the story is.
That's even how the book was, because we are just going through they're just dragging it. It's like, okay, yes, you want to check on the girl. Okay, you're checking. You're suspecting that her parents are actually feeding her. So what next? What are you giving us again? And you just really want to know what happened to the girl. So there's very little or no character development in this book, in this movie / book, because we just really want to know what happened to the 11-year-old girl. That's just basically what everybody's after. That okay, are these people selling lies to us, or
is she going to survive this? How is she doing it? Manna from heaven, really? That was just my mind. That's why I just kept watching it.
Yeah, so
I will give it 3 stars for Florence. Her good acting.
I will give it 4. I enjoyed the movie because first of all, when you told me that you spent days watching the movie, and I'm like, okay, I was looking forward to this movie first because I won't start to read the book, and Florence is a great actress, and I just started watching the movie, and I'm like, okay, why was she complaining so much? This movie is actually cool. If it's for days where you just
I was complaining because I was always falling asleep when I started watching. I would just fall asleep. That's why I was complaining.
This movie is perfect for days where you just want to chillax and just chill. Did everybody should say chillax? So just chill and enjoy a movie.
That's when you are walking, you just want to put something to just hear noise or sound. No. When you are alone at home.
Florence should definitely pull you in one way or the other. Her facial expression, everything, she will definitely pull you in. So it's not really, I won't say it's a movie that you just play in the background. I don't think so.
Play in the background, please. When you are really busy, when you are distracted, you just want to just hear something and you're alone at home. Yeah, that's just how I feel.
So are you going to see? I think you should see The Wonder.
I think you should see it if you want to just make noise. Okay. You can't even make noise. This movie is so quiet.
I'm saying that it definitely pull you in. It has that effect that, okay, what's going on here? What will happen to this little girl? So if you are in for intrigue and a period piece, this is a perfect one for you. And I hope that you like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
So until next time,
bye.